Hello, I'm John from Interboxing and I'm joined here today by
Simon from Beartown, Ramtin from Beartown,
and Mr. Scott Lawton. I've been watching this guy from the first day I started, and I've just watched him today, and the improvements and the speed, I've noticed it. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think obviously he's getting more experience. Sparring pros like Jamal really helps him out. Been sparring a lot of pros last few months. Been with the England team as well. Obviously bringing him on. Got a good head coach at Beartown as well. So yeah, definitely getting sharper, quicker.
Turkey, can you just explain what type of experience that is for someone who's...
Turkey was extremely good. It's complete...
Was it European
Championships. It's a complete different atmosphere to boxing in your normal town hall shows or even the championships, because you get there, there's so many other people, you've got to be there at a certain time, do something at a certain time, got to be there, weigh in, you can't miss it.
Wait the whole week.
The whole week, 10 days, you've got to hold it. It's like sometimes you feel like, oh, you need to eat, you need to drink, but sometimes you've got to hold it because you don't want to be getting up in the morning at 6 o'clock running for miles just to get the weight
you did pretty
off.
well, didn't you? You're in tip-top shape.
Yeah,
you didn't weight pretty well.
Whereas some of the lads there
fights or every other sort of day.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, 5 times in a week.
Do
you think this experience leads you to kind of perform better when, for example, Friday you're fighting
Shaquille Thompson?
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah, I think
because it gives
variety and
gives me
something different styles. Yeah,
on certain things, like when you go international, it's a complete different things that they score for, what they look for. When then you come back, it's not completely different, but it gives you a different sense of you change your style sometimes, but to suit what you need. And I'm looking forward to Friday. It's going to be quite an interesting fight, and I can't wait to get back. First senior bout.
So we just watched sparring with Jamal, as we just touched on. How do you find your levels compared to his? Do you think you're pretty much?
I think we're quite similar, quite on the same level, because
you're both top class lads.
Because we go out as like we both go to the top level. We all spar the top boys. We've fought all the top boys. It's quite similar. It's like I go other places and they say they've got all these top boys, but then I spar them, but none of them give me as much of a challenge.
It's always a good spar.
It's always a good spar. It's like whenever I come here, I know I'm getting some definitely good rounds. Whereas some other places, sometimes I come out and it's like today, it's just so I was pouring with sweat because I got stuck in. I needed to do what I need to do in there. With Jamal, I've got to pull out everything. Whereas some of these lads, I don't even have to get out first gear. It's like just to beat them. It's like when Jamal came to our gym last week, we sparred that lad. It's like for that I didn't even get out of first gear for that. It's like, and he didn't even get out of first gear. And then it's like this lad came from all the way. But then when we got in, it was quite interesting because we ended up giving it a good go.
It seems to me that when you get in the gym with Jamal, people stop and watch. I've noticed that where sometimes the other guys, when they're sparring, people just having conversations, but every time you spar with him, everybody just seems to stop what they're doing and watch. So that says a lot from...
Yeah, I think like Scott says, the two quality lads, it's worth watching. You pay to watch some of the spars.
You pay for that. If that was about, you'd definitely pay for it, you know what I mean? So some of the stuff they do in sparring is great, like, because they're both boxing different opponents in the future and stuff. So the more sparring you get with different people, like the better. But you still need good sparring, so you can travel to different places and work on some stuff with a certain kid, but not be getting great sparring, just working on a little bit. But when them two spar together, they both got a very good overall game. So like they don't make many mistakes, each other don't. So it's a really good. Little sparring sessions.
We had a bit of an awkward situation today where Scott said
can you believe that?
Scott's invited a lad from Sheffield to come and spar with Jamal, and as it
is that me and his trainer, we boxed as a pro together, and we like on Facebook and we've seen each other at shows and chatting and stuff. And he says, "Have you got any good super middles at your gym?" Well, I thought, I know about Jamal, and I knew Ramtin was coming, so I goes, Oh yeah, mate. I've got 2 down there, mate. Come down. Anyway, he's turned up and it's the kids from Ramtin's fighting on Friday.
Yeah,
But
quite.
that's have a secret sparring session. We went downstairs while they were sparring and they'd gone and we'd come up.
We did it right. We separated them. Didn't see anything of each other, and
No, and we had a media blackout, so I mean we respected that. And
Yeah, good on you.
to be honest, my little lad's boxing at a show at Bakersfield, and usually once your lad's boxed and stuff, you like get your stuff in you back home as quick as you can, like. But I will definitely be staying to watch that bout. That's going to be a decent bout. They're both 2 really high class lads, and they've both got loads of ability. And I think I don't think that like the general public who will go to that show will understand the level of that bout. Really
whether you like it or not, you're kind of into boxing's first kind of sparring session and stuff like that, and it's great actually just seeing you kind of each time you come just improving. I find it pretty good. So what do you expect of his career? Where do you expect him to go based on your knowledge?
Well, you know, hopefully he's going to have options. I think you know what we keep talking about is, you know, stay with England, try and win some medals.
I mean, if you get selected for the England thing, you want a wage and you want a good wage, and you want to stay on that as long as possible and stay there as long as you can, because you're getting paid to box
the top lads.
Lads, you travel all over the world, and to be honest, if I was good enough to get onto the GP squad like it is nowadays, I want to go on pro. I want to stay there.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Regular wage. What's after?
Yeah,
you get all the right physios,
it's a different.
Do you think that the box nations and the match rooms, they seem to be selecting their boxers from the Olympians? So that's the rule.
You'll not get on a match room. You'll get signed by a match room
without a medal.
Without a medal, or you got to be at least on their podium squad.
Or on the radar or something, because it's just one of them.
Do you think that kind of leaves a lot of pro boxers with amazing talent just fall by the wayside because
I mean, it's so hard to get injured.
Every so often though, you get a rough time and come through like Sam Eglinton.
Yeah.
I'm saying
he's written off as German, wasn't he?
I spoke to John, and John Peck says, Scott, he walked into the gym, he says, I want to be a journeyman, I want to earn some money. And he had a little watch of him spar, and he went, listen son, you're a little bit better than being like a journeyman. And he went to, was it the prize fighter he went into? He went to the prize fighter, and Eddie's dad, Barry, just took a shine to him like that, and that was it. Put him on a few more shows, next minute he gets a full contract with him. So
I'm quite disappointed with his last fight, because I think people were expected him to win that, and I think you were expected to win that.
It's probably the first time he's been favourite, you know.
I think
British title.
I think though, as you get older, you will grow out of weights.
It looks like he kills him.
Well, we've had a few kids go to spar with him, and like when he's not on fight weight, he's huge. Yeah. he's big.
Tall, isn't he?
Yeah. So it was probably just 1-2 fight too many at that weight. So hopefully. Going up on weight, you will see the best of him come out of it again.
I often try and discuss with some of the boxers, this is aimed at yourself, is how do you judge media content? How do you get it right? You know, can you? And I'm fascinated on watching certain boxers who kind of over promote themselves or under promote. How do you actually get it right? Do you have anybody who actually kind of advises you on stuff like that as well as your boxing, or are you just left to your own devices?
I think most of the time I've been left to my own devices to like push myself out there, use my own social media, and then it is like using newspaper stuff, things like that, to get your face out there, get known. And then when you win stuff, by using the newspapers, people get to see you more. It's like, oh, they pick up the newspaper, they read about this lad, it's like, oh, he's quite good. And then every single time they link you to different things, and then they see you more often than what they see you, and then everyone then once you have a home show, everyone's like, oh, that lad's boxing there,
Tickets
and then
out.
everyone wants to buy a ticket because they've seen so much about you in the newspaper. They want to come and watch, and then once they've watched, most of the time they end up falling in love with the whole, either the style, one of the things, or like the show, and then it just progresses from there.
And the club started doing a bit more on Instagram as well. You
Yeah.
know, we do quite a bit on there.
Yeah, I've noticed his bare time.
Yeah, we try and put quite a bit on. You know,
showing the class. It's good.
Yeah,
it's a good thing. It's the way the sport needs to go forward.
That's it.
though.
Yeah, trying to attract people to the club and to the shows.
Well, that's what I decided to when I started into boxing. I started basically to technically go to these big shows, these professional shows, and they just show, you know, top class, world class fighters all the time. What we try to do different is spend time in the gym,
Grassroots stuff.
grassroots, and hopefully, you know, one of these people that we actually filming will make it. And
wants to be at the start of someone's
That's
career,
it,
and we'll see him go up to the top of it.
Yeah.
but Eddie Hearn said that in an interview that he clicked onto the little kind of media guys. These get to people who wouldn't normally follow boxing, who wouldn't normally watch it on Sky Sports, but they're watching it on YouTube, and it's generating new fans.
Yeah, he's done brilliant at it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Sort of the smaller little stations like that.
Well, you've got your Coogan, ITF. He's pioneered it. He's just absolutely kind of leaded the way for all us to kind of come and. But
he did help that Eddie was his mate.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
definitely give him.
Yeah, he's got access to Joshua and all that. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if it weren't for people like him, you see, nobody'd have a chance to do that.
I still think Eddie Hearn's been good for boxing. I know he gets loads of grief and abuse and stuff, but since he's been in charge of Matchroom, boxing's got bigger and bigger, especially in this country.
Well, he's got the man in the street watching it again.
Yeah,
now,
it's also made Frank stopped pulling his shows like trying to outdo each other. It's got to be good for the boxing fans.
What do you see yourself on a Matchroom or a Box Nation or
because in one of the box cups actually, I boxed in the East Midlands box up where one of your lads boxed was. Sean.
Oh, Sean Eglinton boxing.
Sean Eglinton boxed and won a gold medal. I boxed that day and won a gold medal there. And one of Frank Warren's promoters was there watching with some of his professional fighters, and they spotted me. And then they messaged me, and then they said they'd definitely like to establish a relationship with me. He
will definitely get picked up.
And they've been going down there sparring, and then I'm due to go watch one of their professional shows very soon. So.
Which one?
I'm not sure because I wasn't able to go to the one in October because I was training for the Europeans, but there is one soon coming up. And
The one's just been cancelled, I believe, the Untouchables.
Yeah, it's been cancelled, hasn't it?
Yeah, but he's got plenty of shows coming up. If you look on our website, www.interboxing.com, you'll find all upcoming fights. Yeah, it's you know, just to kind of finish on a positive note. I've watched both of the guys sparring today, and I think you got it in the bag. Do you?
Yeah, I think I've got more than enough tools to do what I need to do on Friday.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time. Good luck, and I appreciate it, and we'll follow you even more. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, you've got talk, aren't you?